So, and if you could just because we have dealers out there, viewers watching now in the space in sales and service who are saying, wow, we would like to be interested in expanding our service operations to the tune of 7 or 8x ROI, which is what you typically and your team typically produces for our dealership clients out there. Could you share a little bit with us about what you're seeing out there, about what is happening, and how you and your team of primarily other women associates and managers for our company, about what you're doing out there? What does your typical day look like on that end, and what you're seeing as the future for other potential dealership clients out there watching?
Sure, I would love to. Thank you, Jeff. In our Service Business Development Center, our day begins bright and early in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time Zone. We sign in, we clock in. The first thing we do is we greet our dealers. Why do we do that? Why do we say good morning and let them know that we're here and ready to serve? Is simply that. We want to be an extension of the dealership.
Amen.
And pick up on those lost opportunities that, quite frankly, they don't have the time to worry about. Mm-hmm. They're in dealing with customers face to face, belly to belly, and let the professionals who've been doing this for 15, 20, 30 plus years handle that for them. So our secret sauce, I'll let you in a little bit on our secret sauce. Not the whole
Not
thing.
too much.
Not all.
Not too much.
But one thing I would say is our people. We are ready to serve every morning. Our team members, they want to be here, right? They are involved in every single part of the service process, from answering the telephone to scheduling that appointment to warm transferring calls to the service advisor and being a true extension. So the advisor, their downtime of having to pick up those phone calls becomes almost obsolete. We can have those conversations for them instead of berating them with all of these phones. I'm sure you've walked into a service drive and the phone's just ringing off the hook.
Yeah, and you walk back there and you look at all the advisors' desk phones and all the red lights are blinking from the 2 weeks ago, and you can't even leave a voicemail for them because the mailbox is full. And I say that's not a knock, because my service departments have been guilty of that. And and to be candid, just to share a little bit about that, and that is why I believe part of why that we are where we are now, along with the fact of your expansive leadership in taking charge. And always, in my view, that is probably the most empathetic position I think I've ever heard somebody take for their clients. Because we start out every day with, okay, we know what's going on. How can we make it better? Let's look at it from their point of view rather than our point of view. What serves our clients that doesn't serve us? But if I can just take just a moment, going back on that, to prove to our viewers out there what you're talking about, was Ken and Ryan and I were all three involved with. This is going back just after COVID, and this is going back to 2020, 2021. Where that I would suggest that the dealers out there do this. We did it back then, which has helped us to where we are at now to help capture more business for our dealership clients. Is we were probably one of the first dealerships back then to start to analyze and record not phone conversations necessarily, but phone data, the metadata, and then also to be able to determine through the technology just how many service inbound calls were being missed on a day-to-day basis. And we were able to zoom in on what times of the day were they most being missed, and able to determine that it was typically when the service drive was most busy, 7:30 to 8:30, 9 a.m., and then again, middle afternoon, when everybody's calling to check on their car so they know if they are coming to the dealership to pick it up after they get off work, and then obviously about 30 minutes before they close. And everybody would like to be able to initiate the calls outbound for a dealership, because you'd like to have the conversation that we are looking out as a dealer for the clients, not making them call in to find out what's going on with their car.